G'day and welcome back to RC Model Reviews. Oh, I'm just about buggered. I've been working out here a lot recently for obvious reasons. Now, I've been putting together the ZMR 250 version 2 build, and I've got to say that version 1 PDB is crap. Honestly, it is worse than I thought. It's just looking at the instructions on the website, look, with the version 1 PDB, there's actually more wires with that than if you hadn't used it at all. It's just utter crap, and now I've got to race around and find some insulating washers and an insulating plate so that things don't short out. Honestly, it would have been much quicker to build that without the PDB. Now, there is a version 2 of the PDB, which hopefully they're shipping. Looking on the website, looks like a much better designed PDB, so I won't probably be too critical about that because it's probably no longer being shipped. But goodness me, I wish they'd done their homework before they come up with version 1. It is really one of the worst pieces of stuff I've seen for a long time. But despite that, the things coming together, I'm using the PDB because, you know, you've got to test what you sent. You can't test stuff you don't have, so I'm reviewing the stuff that was sent. And so that's coming together reasonably well. That'll be done very shortly. Again, frustration. It's been frustration for the last couple of weeks. I've been trying to get the CC3D on the RC Timer hexacopter going, the Argonaut. Oh, what a disaster. I have to say my prejudice, I don't like the CC3D. I've had multiple attempts with CC3D. Now, the one on the hexacopter was supposed to be pre-configured. When I plugged it into the Open Pilot ground station, it told me it was a quad. So really, I don't think it was pre-configured because it's a hexacopter. I've farted around and played around and it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. Maybe it's me, but in order to get this thing flight tested, I'm going to take out the CC3D, throw a Naze 32 in. I mean, the Naze 32 just works whether you're using base flight or clear flight. It just works. And I don't like the physical design of the CC3D board either. I don't like the micro connectors and things, bits that are a pain in the ass if they break and you can't get replacement cables easily without, you know, have to send away from them. Servo pins are all you need. Servo pins do the job just fine on a Naze. So yeah, I'll be throwing a Naze board in that for the flight day, which is coming up really soon. I hope the weather cooperates. What else? Now, I've been going through my drawer my boxes full of stuff, and I found heaps of stuff that I've forgotten I'd even got. So there'll be a whole lot of tiny little short reviews and bits and pieces on stuff that's been sitting there for too long, and I should have actually thrown it on the bench and had a look at it. And I'm trying to get the Teximo, so not the Teximo, it's the Bonsai. Trying to get the Bonsai set up with the FPV as well. I'm going to test the FPV system on that. And the little FPV, where was it? Oh, I don't know, I've put it somewhere. The one that Hobby King sent me with the Mobius, I'm going to stick that on my, what is it, that EPP Hawk or whatever it is, because that's a really slow flying model. So latency won't matter, but I will be testing the latency. And that'll be quite a nice model to FPV with that little Mobius backpack and the 200 milliwatt 5.8 gig transmitter on it. So yeah, she's all go here, I tell you. And you're probably looking behind me and saying, what the hell's going on there? Well, a number of people said to me, why don't you get a yacht? Because I'm, you know, 2D boats, cars, boring as bat poo. You know, you go around. What's the fun in that? Okay, cars, you can do little jumps, but as soon as it leaves the ground, you're probably going to get pinged for flying too high. So I've always enjoyed thermal soaring. I love thermal soaring, especially DLGs. So I thought, well, what's the aquatic equivalent? And it's yachting. Of course, I got this. See that? That's the, was it Phantom, I think. I bought this about a year ago, over a year ago from Hobby King, and it just sat in the corner because I've been, you know, too busy flying. Now, okay, I pulled it out. Putting it together, typical Chinese style. There's bits broken and there's bits missing, and and I've never done yachts before. It's all new ground to me, so I'm learning as I go along. I had to do a lot of research because the instructions don't make sense in places, and there's bits in the kit that have nowhere to go. What do you do? And I gather that to make these things work properly, there's a fair amount of modification required. So hopefully I'll get it sorted reasonably quickly. I just put the keel on, had to put a whole lot of lead shot in the keel just to see how I was going on and off moment just before I did this weekly news. So there you go, that's what I may be doing in future. But honestly, I think I'm going to get bored with that. You know, really, if you're sitting there on a Sunday afternoon with your transmitter and your yacht slowly idling across the mill pond, yeah, it's time to look at retirement home, isn't it? Well, I'm sure lots of people email me now saying, no, I'm young and I race yachts and it's great fun. So who knows, I may find out. Now, one other thing I think I need to mention before I finish this very short video is there was a reported near miss with a drone here in New Zealand on the weekend. An Airbus A320 operated by Air New Zealand. The pilot in that reported seeing a large red drone or microlight at 6,000 feet while he was on departure from an airport in the South Island. And naturally, of course, the all microlight's been completely forgotten, so now it's been reported as a near miss with a drone by a commercial airliner, and everyone's, ooh, we're all scared, the sky is falling, but The very short on facts and very high on sizzle. It's just, oh, you know, it's typical media. It really annoys me when I see the media just grabbing something and running with it without even researching, without even checking it. 6,000 feet, and they said a drone or a microlight. So one would assume that it must have been a fixed-wing drone because it's pretty hard to mistake a microlight for a small multi-rotor. And it was red. I don't know of any commercial multi-rotors or even fixed-wing drones, you know, FPV craft, that come red. So I know lots of red microlights out there, but no red drones. So it really adds more disbelief to this whole story we're being pitched. But there was an interesting comment by the New Zealand Airline Pilots Association. They have been giving CAA a hard time, saying the regulations are too lax on these drones, you've got to regulate them more because they're a danger to us flying our airliners. And the two things they identified as being critical to the future of aviation safety with all these drones around, first one was education. There should be more education. They bitched at CAA, need more education. Teach the public about these things, teach them what they can do and can't do, teach them how to use this stuff safely. Who's been doing that? So the Airline Pilots Association obviously supports what I'm doing, or was doing. And the other thing they said was all these things must be fitted mandatory with a sense or see and avoid system, technology. They need the technology, sense and avoid, see and avoid technology to make them safe. Well, again, guess who's working on that, or who was working on that? So I think I've got a friend in the Airline Pilots Association, even though I don't know any of them. I've never, you know, I couldn't have jacked this up better if I wanted to, could I? Organise a near miss and then have the airline pilots come in and say everything I'm doing is exactly what should be done at a time when I'm about to stop doing it. It's just stranger than fiction. Never mind. So that's what I'm up to, and yeah, I am really busy now. I've got a spotter lined up and a camera person lined up for later this week, hopefully. I mean, what are we now? It's here in New Zealand now. It is the 29th? I don't know. Hang on, I'll look at my... I've been working so hard I've lost track of the days. What is the date? It is... Oh no, I'm old and my phone's very dull. It's the 28th, I think. Must be the 28th. It says 28 on there. I think, oh damn, I hate bad eyesight, eh? I can see a long way away, can't see close up very well. So if it's the 28th, that's 29th, 30, we've got 2 days left before the end of the month. So that means, you know, hopefully those 2 days probably going to be Wednesday when I do my flight testing. Wednesday in New Zealand time, which is Tuesday in most of the rest of the world. In fact, I think we're about 3 days ahead of the rest of the world because we've started daylight saving now. It's brilliant. So yeah, that's going to be the flight day. Now there will be some videos, of course, posted in October, because I have got a mountain of stuff that I've filmed and I haven't had a chance to edit yet because I'm trying to get all this stuff done so that come the end of the month I can clear out the workshop and set up new stuff and get going on new exciting things. So there will be videos rolling out through the early part of October as I tidy up the bench, and of course high on the list are the UHF videos. They will be my swan song. They will be the videos I post when I wave everyone goodbye. So there you go. Now, having prattled on here for I don't know how many minutes, I'd better get on and do some more work, get rid of this bloody boat thing, get rid of this yacht thing, and put some more of this other stuff on the bench, get testing, get reviewing. Thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, usual place. In the meantime, bye for now. What's this bloody thing doing here?